Just gonna be a quick video, man. I might even touch a little bit of base on the name that I've been addressing, man. First and foremost, I want to say call all Yahweh by Shem Yeshua. I just tell us all praises to the Father in the name of the Son. Also want to say Yahweh by Shem Yeshua, Baruch Atah, or Most High in Christ bless. Um, really, what I've been calling on lately is Yahu. That's a shortened version of Yahweh, man. You see that throughout the Hebrew, and I'm gonna go back to Yahweh. I'm gonna probably do a whole breakdown on the name in general, man. If I said Yahweh is the wrong name, forgive me. I'm not trying to be double-minded or seem double-minded with my speech, man. I'm just trying to get this thing right as I'm going forward, man, and not trying to lead nobody astray in no type of way, shape, or form. But I do firmly believe that Yeshua is the shortened version of Yahushua, or what some people call Yahushai, in the Paleo Hebrew, or in the not the Paleo Hebrew, in the Lashua Kodash. They have no shortened version of Yahushai. That's why I call upon Yahweh by Shem Yeshua. But that's rather here nor there. I just wanted to clear the air a little bit with that. Really, what this is about, man, for some reason, man, I think it was, I was reading Judges, right? Judges, and this was actually in the beginning of the week, Judges 3, and I came across something in Judges 3 about this excerpt here, and it brought me down the same rabbit hole that I'm always getting down with over here at EGA. The doctrine is, man, and it's actually the Bible, man. We believe the Bible, but what we believe is that these 7 nations in Deuteronomy 7, those are the nations that you could deal with, or that you can't deal with, and only those nations. It's clear to me, but some people will say it's not. But it's saying, they were saying this is just an example of all the nations you can't, all nations other than the children of Israel, and they will give you examples like Tobit, which is the only example in Tobit 7, where he say only deal with the children of Israel, of your own tribe. But in Tobit it also says deal in your own tribe. So this is Deuteronomy 7:1. It says, when Yahweh thy power shall bring thee into the land whither thou goest to possess it, and hast cast out many nations before thee, the Hittites, the Girgashites, the Amorites, and the Canaanites, and the Perizzites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites, 7 nations greater and mightier than thou. And when Yahweh thy God shall deliver them before thee, thou shalt smite them and utterly destroy them. Thou shalt make no covenant with them, nor show mercy unto them. Neither shalt thou make marriages with them. Thy daughter shalt thou not give unto his son, nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son. For they will turn away thy son from following me, that they may serve other gods. So will the anger of Yahweh be kindled against you, and destroy thee suddenly. So I want to touch base on this here, or not really this, man, but this verse here. Because in this verse here, man, this is literally Exodus 20 all over again, man, right? Exodus 20, right? In verse 3, it says, thou shalt have no other gods before me, right? Thou shalt make make unto thee any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in the heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water underneath. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them, for I am Yahweh thy power, am a jealous God, right? Visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children of to the 3rd and 4th generation of them that hate me. So here, this is a perfect example of idolatry, man. Serving other gods, right? That is clearly already iterated in Exodus 20, like we just read, man, right? But this here in Deuteronomy 7, this is not mentioned anywhere else in the Bible. And actually, before we make a claim like that, let's prove it, right? So this is going to go right to Deuteronomy 7 and 1, right? Let's actually go here. Deuteronomy 6 and 10. Don't say nothing about the Jebusites, the Girgashites, none of that in this verse here, man. That's the law, you know what I'm saying? And then here, right? Numbers 35, 33, 53 is not about the Girgashite or Amorites or none of them nations mentioned in Deuteronomy 7 and 1, right? So we got to understand that 2 or 3 witnesses is a matter established, right? And I'm not going to say what I want to say about that. But this is not mentioned anywhere else except for right here. But it is law. That's not voiding it out or saying anything along that. This is what this is talking about, right? You're not supposed to make marriages with these nations, man, right? And we're just gonna go right down the rabbit hole with this, man, right? Because it is clear when we went into the land with Joshua, right? With Joshua, what happened? And Joshua 12 and 13 says, else if you do any wise go back, right, and cleave unto the remnant of these nations. These are not about the other nations. This is about the nations that's in the land, man, that were in the land at the time, I should say, right? Even these that remain among you shall make marriages with them and go in unto them and they to you. Know for a certainty that Yahweh, your power, will no more drive out any of these nations from before you, but they shall be snares and traps unto you. We're going to get into this too. We're going to show you an example of how they became snares and traps unto us. And scourges in your sides and thorns in your eyes, until ye perish from off this good land which Yahweh, your power, hath given you. Right? So, Joshua told them, don't do it, man. He told them, don't do it, man. So let's go right down the next part of it, right? And this ain't going to be too in-depth, man. But it's going to get touch base on all of these scenarios here, man. So this is Judges chapter 3, verse 5. It says, and the children of Israel dwelt among the Canaanites, Hittites, and Amorites, and Perizzites, and Hivites, and Jebusites. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is 6 of them. I think the one that's missing is Jebusites, maybe, or the Girgashites. The Girgashites ain't mentioned there, right? Yeah, the Girgashites not mentioned there, right? And they took their daughters to be their wives, right? And gave their daughters to their sons and served their gods, right? And the children of Israel did evil in the sight of the Lord and forgot that Yahweh, their God, and served Baalim, right? And the groves, right? And then I'm going to keep on going. Therefore, the anger of Yahweh was hot against Israel, and he sold them into the hand of Cushan Rishathaim, right? King of Mesopotamia, and the children of Israel served Cushan Rishathaim, the Athaim, 8 years. So the children of Israel served, like it said in Deuteronomy 7. It says, or even Joshua 23. Let's go to that Joshua 23 real quick, man. So we could just see what Joshua said, man, to the children of Israel, right? We're going to go to verse 6 again. It was 13, right? So it says, therefore, know for a certainty that Yahweh, your God, will no more drive out any of these nations from before you, but they shall be snares and traps unto you, and scourges in your side, right, and thorns in your eyes, and until ye perish from off this good land which Yahweh hath given you. So they ain't perished from the land, but the Lord put them into captivity, man, right? And then eventually we did get perished from the land. You know what I mean? So eventually the Lord delivered us out of that place, man, or that being in a captivity, right, against under Kushan Rashathiim, right? So I can't say that name, but we served him, right? We was serving him because we took the hands of the Perizzites, the Amorites, the Hittites, the Canaanites, the Hivites, the Jebusites. We took them, right? And these are those same nations in Deuteronomy 7 that the Lord told us not to go to, man. Right? The Lord told us not to do it, man. Right? And what did we do? We did it. So therefore, we went into captivity, man, and served these people. I can't say that. Chushan Rashathiim, right? We served them 8 years, man. Right? So it's clear what happened when we did that, man. Now we have another example, man, right? Where it happens, man, King Solomon, man. But King Solomon was promised something, so he didn't have to really get drawn off the land, man. And it wasn't expressed that the whole nation did it, but it was King Solomon, one man, right? So this is for 1 Kings 11:1, it says, but King Solomon loved many strange women, together with the daughter of Pharaoh, the women of the Moabites, Ammonites, Edomites, Zidonians, and Hittites. Why is Hittites listed last, right? And we got to understand they last, right? And it says, of the nations concerning which Yahweh said unto the children of Israel, you shall not go into them, neither shall they come in unto you, for surely they will turn away your heart after their God. Solomon clave unto these in love. So this is why they are mentioned last, because this is mentioned in where? Deuteronomy 7, right? Where we see Hittites right there, man. And then it says the same thing, right? Right here. They shall turn away your hearts. Right there. Right? That they may serve other gods. So that's where it's mentioned at, man. King Solomon clave unto them in love, man. Right? And this is talking about the Hittites. And even with these nations, the daughter of Pharaoh, the Moabites, the Ammonites, the Edomites, Zidonians, they still count too, because Exodus 20, man. He turned after their gods. He didn't come and serve the Lord, his God. He served their gods, man. Right? But continuing on, and he had 700 wives, princesses, and 300 concubines, right? And his wives turned away his heart. For it came to pass when Solomon was old that his wives turned away his heart after other gods. So he was literally in sin. That was his sin, him turning to other gods, man. Now the Hittites, that's the ones that he wasn't supposed to go into, right? But there's certain laws in the Bible that say that if you go to war, you could take certain wives of a certain nation, man. But not these ones, man. Like the Hittites, the Girgashites, and so on and so forth, the 7 nations of Canaan.